AOC, really having a meltdown the other night as she was getting word that Donald Trump was coming back into town. Take a listen.
We are about to enter a political period that will have consequences for the rest of our lives. We cannot give up. We now find ourselves in a time in history that has precedent, and we find ourselves, I believe, in a time where there are, let's say, peers in history of mass movements of people that mobilize to protect one another in times of fascism and authoritarianism. And this is the era that we are poised to enter. Donald Trump has talked about turning the military on U.S. citizens that he deems his domestic political enemies. Authoritarians and people that he affiliates closely with and strongmen abroad, in regimes like that, it is not uncommon to jail political dissidents or legislative opponents. This is the world that we very realistically may be entering.
What do you think we're in? I mean, seriously, using the lawfare to go after the former president, now president-elect, over and over and over again. I mean, what do you think Fani Willis was doing? What do you think Jack Smith, who just got sent packing by the DOJ, what was he doing? I mean, they were arresting everyday American citizens who showed up at the Capitol and they were, caught there. Listen, I think that we've seen that movie. We saw it play out in real time. I'm looking at some of your comments here. AOC has been linked to those, that you lose brain activity. Listen at your own risk. I hear you, right? I mean, she's not necessarily the smartest. But what's incredible to me is how they're doubling down on all this fascism nonsense we had to hear from the likes of, what's her name? The one that's married to Joe over at MSNBC. This is like 2 days before the election. It's fascism, she was trying to tell us.
Yeah. And guys, here's the warning. You all have set it up. But let me take it a step further, please, if I may. Mm-hmm. This is called normalization.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the descent into fascism, if we so choose.
Okay. It's kind of funny because her hubby, he totally agreed with her. He totally agreed with her just the other day, right before the election.
We still have an electorate, 70 million plus, that will be voting for a man who said he was going to assassinate for treason the chairman of the Joint Chiefs because he didn't support him on January the 6th, who has said just in recent days he was going to execute Liz Cheney with a firing squad, 9 guns pointed and shooting at her face. A man who has said that he was going to shut down CBS because he didn't like how they edited an interview. A man who said he was going to be a dictator from day one.
Dictator from day one. So he goes on and on and on. And what's amazing, and I don't know quite what to think about this, unless he's suffering from schizophrenia. But Joe Scarborough is now singing a totally different tune. He's now turned into, I'm a conservative Southern man. And he's dressing up like Tucker Carlson on set there. I mean, this is unbelievable. That was him on the eve of the election. And here he is the next morning.
The Washington Post, Matt Bai, writes in part, I do think the prosecutions fed a narrative of Trump as a victim. I also think Democrats dug themselves into a hole on cultural issues and identity politics.
And of course they did. And so, wow, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. They're quoting this columnist in the Washington Post like, wow, isn't he smart? Because, people don't like being told that, they have to tell you the pronoun of their gender. Like, this is just getting weird. And what was interesting is Scarborough, now dressed like Tucker Carlson. I mean, he went from the sweatshirt to the suit and tie the very next day, is trying to sound like a conservative. This is weird.
Stacked on top of what happened on college campuses this fall, stacked on top of what's been happening on college campuses over the past 4 or 5 years? I have said this on the air, and every time I've said it, people said, oh, you're just saying that because you're a white conservative. No, I'm just saying it because every Democrat that we have ever sat down with dinner with over the past 5 years who
When did he become a conservative? I know that many, many years ago, right? He was a conservative in Congress, but that ship sailed. I mean, he's been pounding on Trump and conservatism for years now. But suddenly, magic?
kids that go to colleges say their kids are afraid to speak in class because they'll be canceled. Let me say that again. And they're all Democrats. Everybody that we've had dinner with, if they have a kid in college, you go, how the Red Sox going? Yeah, fine, yeah. So they're eating. Oh, beautiful day today, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, my daughter at University of Virginia, she's afraid to raise her hand in class because if she says something that's politically incorrect, she will immediately be canceled. She'll be shunned from class. She'll be destroyed in social media by noon. So they just sit in class quiet. Now, if any of you, which camera? Give me a camera to look at. Boom! Oh, look at that one. If any of you out there say, oh, that's just like a conservative, white, Southern guy, da-da-da, that's where you're losing. That's where you're losing. Because...
I mean, come on. Are we just supposed to forget everything that you said, everything that you did? I mean, you just wake up the next morning and you're in your suit and tie trying to pretend you're Tucker? I mean, come on. Americans aren't going to buy that. Listen, his ratings are done. He's figured it out. And not only are the ratings done, but the power is done. That's the problem. So he's looking out for numero uno. Numero uno only. And he's like, okay, the ship has sailed. Well, you know what? I applaud him for joining the party. Unlike AOC, for example, or unlike Letitia James. I mean, I guess we got to give him credit for that, but it's weird. It's definitely weird. I wonder if he's going to run into a situation with the wifey, right? Because, everybody's leaving their husband. If you voted for Trump, your wife, she may just fly the coop. Anyway, look at this. Oklahoma. Wow. Someone said there's no perfect state. Oklahoma, hold my beer. Oklahoma voting entirely red. We saw that in West Virginia as well. Just amazing. I loved this one. Trump, better coverage than Verizon. We're looking at a map of all the red versus the blue. And it was a lot of red. And I'm telling you, you know what? In some ways, this is important to think about. If he had stayed on, I don't think people would have fully appreciated him. There's a new opportunity here because we've seen what it looks like, right? With bad policy. We've seen what it looks like when the media buys into one narrative only. And so there's an opportunity here for people to really come together and be supportive of his policies. We're going to have more on that in a second, but first, quick reminder to go over to 76 Research, our financial website, where you can get a whole lot of information about financial markets and what stocks we like to invest in. Lots of different content there. Just a quick look at our top financial pick, up 24%, utility up 24%, real estate up 23%. You get the picture. It's important to put yourself and your financial future first. You can do that at 76 Research, just $1. It costs just $1 with code word dollar, $1 a month for the first 2 months. 76research.com. I'll see you there. You know what? You should go there. I'm telling you that as I created it for you guys, and I'm looking at the market, and there's a huge opportunity here, really. I mean, this could be that sort of, we have a portfolio actually called the American Resilience Portfolio. I mean, this is the resilience of America right now, and you're going to see it play out in real time. As you were just looking at that graphic, you can see that our picks, which have done considerably well, of course, over the last few days, everything's been doing really well, and they're still up over the S&P. There's opportunity there, and I think you got to be really smart about where you're going and where that opportunity is at this moment in time, because there is a new sheriff in town, and it's going to mean good things for the economy, good things for a whole lot of sectors. I mean, you think about the energy sector, the reprieve that they're going to get in the energy sector, and what that, look at this, Dow tops 44,000, S&P 500 hit 6,000 in this week of milestones. I mean, just milestones, because America is happy. America is happy that Donald Trump is back in the seat. Pretty darn incredible. So do make sure that you partake in that. And if nothing else, just get the free stuff there. Sign up for it at 76research.com. I'm going to put that on the screen right now. 76research.com, because listen, the train has left the station. It's happening. The market knows it. The market knows it. Oh my gosh, Elon must be happy. Tesla hit $1 trillion in market cap. $1 trillion. Incredible, guys, just incredible. So, we're going to have more on that in the coming weeks as we watch this upside. But I think that tells you everything, right? All those media members that are like, it's fascism, it's this, it's that, he's the next Hitler. Let me tell you, the market would be really upset if that were the case. And in fact, the market is rejoicing, just rejoicing. This has been the biggest creation of wealth that I think we've ever seen just in the last few days in such a short period of time. So markets are rejoicing. They're super, super happy. I'm super happy. Like, I barely slept all week. Full disclosure, barely slept. But, I got off to a bad start, I guess, with Tuesday because we were on the air for 8 hours and I didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. And then I was back up at 8, so I kind of got behind the schedule. And that's why I'm really glad I take my vitamins from Balance of Nature, balanceofnature.com. You can take these too. I take my fruits and my veggies every single day. They have a very special deal right now where you get a spice and fiber supplement as well, and you get 50% off. So I don't think I've ever seen a deal like this from Balance of Nature. I'm really happy to tell you about it, especially as we go into the holiday season. And this stuff, taking care of yourself really, really does matter. You can use my name as your code. Go to balanceofnature.com. Use code word Trish, Trish, today, 1-800-246-8751. Go there, get this. You know what? This is for you. You get free shipping, you get the fiber and the spice supplement, and you also get 50% off. So really just a wonderful deal. And by doing that, you're also helping to support the show because we love our sponsors who make this all possible so I can come here and do all of this for you guys for free every single day.